Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's on DisneyPlus.com, a quick video review of Flora and Ulysses. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. So Walt Disney Studios' next big movie to arrive on Disney Plus is Flora and Ulysses, which is going to be hitting Disney Plus on Friday, February the 19th. And this is a really lovely, family-friendly comedy about a girl called Flora, who's 10 years old. She's kind of just really cute. She loves the idea of getting her parents back together, but she's very much a realist and understands that, and kind of understands that her dad has been struggling making comic books and just everything just isn't right. Her mum, which is Alison from How I Met Your Mother and American Pie, she is in here as well. And that's the kind of interesting thing I found with this movie, was that the parents were very relatable. I am the same age as them, and they were nice. They were sort of really involved in this movie a lot more than I was expecting to. I kind of thought they might just be in it and appear in a lot of scenes, but they are very pivotal to the story, and you kind of go along with them. You don't sit there and think, oh, they're awful or very one-dimensional. They are just nice, and that's kind of good to see. And it's the same thing with Flora. She is a really lovely girl. She's not annoying. You would think from the trailers that she could be a little bit animated and a little bit over the top, which she does have those little scenes where she does it, but it makes sense. You know, she's excited, but it's over with. And when I sort of think about this time last year where we got Timmy Failure, this is like almost the exact opposite of that movie, where it's fun to watch, the character is enjoyable, the family are a lot nice, and there's a proper sort of story where it goes along. I mean, in terms of a plot, not a huge amount to it. There's no big villain. I mean, he's literally just an animal control that's trying to get hold of the squirrel, and he's just useless at his job. I mean, there's no point pulling the punches, and eventually they have to go and rescue him after he's been kidnapped. It's that kind of thing you would expect. You know, we've seen it all before. We've seen it in like Beethoven, the movie, and loads of comedy movies. There's not really too much of a plot with it. The interesting thing with this one is Ulysses does have some superpowers, and they kind of have a lot of fun with this. And this is the thing I really liked about this movie. As a Marvel fan, there's going to be loads in here that you're going to pick up on. First off, because it is Disney, they can kind of lean in a little bit on Marvel. They can, when they go to the comic book shop, it's full of Marvel stuff. They show her reading the comic books and reenacting bits and pieces, and it makes sense. You know, there's little nods and little Easter eggs about it. There's even a little nice nod to the creator of the new DuckTales series. You know, he's in there reading the DuckTales comic book, and things like that. This little thing that you're going to be able to pick up on. And one of the things I love is the squirrel even does the superhero landing that Deadpool really just kind of gets off. And I just love that idea that they've kind of taken it in on board. And, you know, she's trying to get around, you know, his origin story and trying to find his purpose. And I just really thought this was a fun, solid movie. It's about 90 minutes long. To take off the credits and the trailers and stuff at the beginning, it's not that long. Nice and simple, very much perfect for right now. I'm really hoping a lot of people check it out with their families. Yeah, it is a family-friendly movie, and I think it's exactly the kind of movie that Disney does very well. They don't tend to do so well at the box office, so Disney Plus is the perfect place for it. But yeah, I was just really impressed with this movie as a whole. I would give it 4 out of 5. There was lots of times I was just laughing out loud. There's this whole scene in a diner with a big donut, and just the characters in this are just enjoyable. There's also like a neighbor next door who's blind, and he kind of thinks he can kind of have super powers because, you know, you can do like echolocation, and there's lots of comedy gags that kids are going to love with this. The squirrel's going to add a lot of it to that, and I think that's going to be the cool thing. There's enough there for kids to be entertained, and for adults it's short enough and just funny enough to keep you entertained as well, and that's kind of the main thing. So I really enjoyed this movie. Definitely worth checking it out. Remember, you can go check it out on Disney Plus when it arrives on Friday, February the 19th. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.